Just to let everybody know, they are turning the live stream on.
Oh.
But it will be already voted on by the time
Okay, bring a seat to him.
No, I got one.
because I think we would change. All right. Thank you.
Oh, Charlie, I haven't seen you. The mean Mr. Clean, I think is what I like better. The mean Mr. Clean. All right, you will the movie crew again?
Anybody want a mint? Or run out before everybody start asking? I suck on these already at work, make me drink while I water.
Oh, yeah.
Want a mint?
Make you drink a lot of water.
Yeah, that's the only way I get the water.
I know.
I've got my little candies.
And it's big.
Trying to be,
It's in the list.
We're gonna be here a while.
I read through that and I thought, what? Never heard
So that
that.
granddaughter, Lopez, 2 nights ago, Friday night, I believe.
She's old like.
Oh.
Like it's one guy out there in the back of the way.
There was somebody with another little baby. They were sitting down at the table. They looked at each other, I swear they were talking to each other. You know.
Yep, my mic's on.
You haven't got your training yet, so all you have to do is just press the button. Go ahead and do a check for me on there. Just say test,
Test. That's too loud.
so I can turn it down. So whenever you don't want to talk, delay, check your mic, please.
Check.
Kayla?
Already did.
Check, check, check.
Would anyone else like to sign up for unscheduled public appearance?
Nationally late. Let's get up here.
Ta-da! Here I am. I always like to be early. Hey, hey.
We heard from him? Is he coming?
Yeah, be him out 2, I guess it was 3 ago, so it'd be 2.
Steven can't make it.
Huh?
Steven can't make it.
Oh.
He's got some personal stuff he's gonna take care of. He's got some personal stuff he's gonna take care of.
I can't say bad.
Good, because the rest of them.
Let me see. Hey, Butler, are my kids bad?
I see that he's driving the bus again. I said, boy, you got some nerves.
Kids ain't bad unless you
Gotta put
gotta-
that.
you gotta get them straight right
gotta
off
put
the
that fear
bat.
the first day. That first day fear usually get them.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Hey, pretty good, yourself?
Hey, Mr. Sampson, how are you?
Butler drove for me one day. I told him, tell them that there will be somewhere on the route, he'll take over the route. They were complaining, it's good, till they got it here to up here in front of the courthouse. He honked on them, they seen it. Some of them stuck their head out the window.
It's too funny.
It was good till he honked the horn.
Yeah. He just told him that he was that he was
That
around.
stuff honking at
You
him.
should have messed up. You should have
I
hung.
honked.
That was
They
it.
just went ignorant.
That's it.
I couldn't get them controlled back.
Get them that other all their kids. And they say,
Hey, he's about the hospital lady yesterday. Huh? Hospital lady. Hospital lady.
Just start as opposed to couple then, even?
Around the corner. You know the lady that represents the hospital? Chair.
He's a chair?
What?
He's chair.
I don't think it's
State your license as a basic level service, but you have
Didn't hear you right.
IPs for paramedics.
He's what he is, like I said,
Yeah, really. All the time?
That's outside. I'm giving it a
I guess I'm only allowed to address you with that question, 'cause that was my question. Because there's not been coverage at times, and I've been concerned for my children.
Yeah, of course, I'm not, I don't. Still, I feel good about it.
That's one chair there behind you.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
That's
why
been my.
I'm good with it. I mean, yeah,
For sure.
just keep going with that.
I think
Thank
the
you.
supervisor put in contact with you too. Oh my God. Robert Colvin.
talking to me.
Cherokee Nation.
You talking to him, he's not coming.
Yeah. So I'm concerned when I'm out of town that
I don't know
you
nothing.
guys have
They tell him.
my
I don't know nothing worth telling. What I know is on me. I'm scared to tell that.
One more time, I know.
Thank you.
Anybody else like to sign up for unscheduled public hearing?
Yeah. I think he's going to get his degree or something. And they're supposed to.
Should've got me some more. Should've got me some more.
Oh, what?
Some water. Should've
Water?
got, yeah, I'll get some.
One piece of pepper.
Is that all right?
Like to call the City of Wagoner regular business meeting July 1st at 7:02. Excuse me. We have Mr. Luke Henderson from Hillcrest Free Will Baptist Church to open us in prayer.
So Paul gives us an instruction. He says, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain deceit or vain conceit, but in humility consider others better than yourself. So let's keep that in mind, and we're going to ask God's grace over this proceeding. Lord God, we just come before you, Lord, this evening, God. Lord, we know there are lots of issues, Lord, at hand tonight, God. We just ask, God, for your grace, Lord, to preside over this proceeding, God, that we wouldn't take up our own personal gauntlet, Lord, but we would do things, God, that would benefit, Lord, our city, God, work together, God, to find harmony. God, we just ask, Lord, your blessing, God, here tonight. We just pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Bob?
Salute the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 3, consider approval of the minutes for June 3rd and 6th, 2024.
So moved.
Have a motion second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Item number 4, consider approval or denial of claims for June 2024 to include city numbers 230 through 256, manual warrants, EMS to include numbers 143 to 155, manual warrants, Economic Development Fund numbers 55 through 57, and city capital projects number 15 and 16. I got questions on the APPA mutual aid workshop, and I see like one room, and one room. I guess, who all went to this?
Myself, Laura, and Eric, we went to American Public Power Conference, along with NISO, Department of Energy, FEMA, on mutual aid response. The recent issue that transpired in Coneville after the storms, and coming together about a lot of the FEMA cost codes and stuff has changed, and giving updates on how to proceed with the storm-related conversation. We learned a lot of good information. Matter of fact, I'll be addressing it a little bit later in public works.
Is that one
We're
vehicle?
gonna change some things, how we do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it one vehicle or 2 vehicles?
It was 2 vehicles.
Okay, and on Walmart, 555216, can you tell me what was that for, or who made it? On Walmart receipt? It's $59.92 total. Look like root beer, Diet Pepsi, 24 packs of something, Dr. Pepper. How much was the total? The total was $59.92. It just got a number on it, 555-216. One of them says, oh, this is 505. 555-216 is the children's program. And then also, what about 505-216 is $337. What was that for, please?
That's, that was mine.
What was that for?
Yes, it was a grant that Walmart gave me, and that's for electric cords and things that we need for Christmas, and that's exactly what the grant was given to me for, from
So
Walmart.
it was a grant,
Yeah.
so it wasn't paid out by the city?
Yes, they gave us $2,000, and we put it in that line item, and I spent it out there.
Okay, 555-216, is that the same thing as the library?
Yes, ma'am, that's the children's program.
All right, thank you.
I got a couple of them.
I think we addressed it last month. It's the contract labor on here, on the purchase order claims. I think it's for Sherry.
$1,400.
$1,400 Sherry Hines. So I thought last month was the last time that was gonna be.
We went ahead and let them continue doing the inventory. So that's what that was.
So if we ask for a record of the hours, we can get it then to see what to add up to 1,400? Or was it any hours? Just
What's she turn in?
That
Laura?
Laura would answer.
I thought the last meeting, you said that, someone said that when she came in, she hands the hours to them, so they keep account of the hours that she works. Well, that was what said was the last meeting.
This will be the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. The other one I had a question about, it's purchase order claim, and it has to do with the library infrastructure solution, library roof HVAC replace. It looks like there was a $6,000 given to infrastructure solutions.
It's actually on your agenda to be approved tonight for the engineering on that.
So it's $6,000 if it's in the purchase order, so it's already been paid for, right?
No,
Or
ma'am, it has not been
for?
paid.
Okay, so that needs
It's
to
in
be-
the purchase order list to be approved tonight.
So if we approve it here, then we have to approve it again with the agenda as well? Or which one trumps which one? I guess that's a good question, because if it's on here and we approve all claims, and then we have an agenda item specifically for that, and let's say we don't approve that, so which one? Just wonder why they're in both of them, but, okay. So we're basically, I know this is agenda item, so we're gonna be potentially approving $6,000 for them to, what is this for? For them doing bids, or what?
You should have a copy of his invoice in there.
$6,000 a lot of money for bids.
Is there any way that, and the reason why I'm asking this, because, this is for the library, the HVAC, and then the roof. I know last time we had bids done, who did the bids last time? Anyone did the bids from I guess it was 2 months ago? Because we had a question about it being conventional and then the cooling system, two different ones, and we couldn't compare apples to apples.
I don't think we did bids. I think we did quotes.
We did quotes, and then.
Advanced cooling?
Yeah, the advanced cooling.
Because that was the whole deal, you remember, because we didn't do bids, and so it had to be bid correctly.
Okay. Just being honest, so we approved $6,000 for them to give us 3 bids, or however many bids, or that, that seems like a lot of money. How many times have we been doing this, as far as, we pay them $6,000 for this one, pay $6,000 for another one, or I guess what I would like to have is the vendor expense summary of Infrastructure Solutions, what we've been paying them. Also, just a list of all payments for the year. Because honestly, what I don't want to happen, because I know we've done this before, where we approve someone to go get bids, then nothing happens. And then what I don't want to happen is that we're paying them double to do the same job over again. So I would like to have like I said, a vendor expense summary, also a list of all payments throughout the year, because if we're $500,000 in for them, then we could pay someone to hire someone to do the job. I think there was a concern about this seal of approval or stamp or whatnot if they do the job, but at the end of the day, we could still, I'd rather pay someone $140,000 instead of giving someone potentially $500,000 in the funds that we really don't have any. So if I can get that list, or just for Infrastructure Solutions vendor expense summary, in a list of all payments, and then also if there's been any projects that have been resubmitted before. Because that right there, again, $6,000, I'm in the wrong line of business. If I can get $6,000 for for giving 3 bids. And the reason why I'm saying this is that the fact that there's an issue with your roof at your house, you will call 3 places, you'll get the bids, and you'll figure out who you're gonna use, because, depending on the warranty and everything else. And I just feel like that, with our supervisors and people that are heads of departments, they should be able to do this. If they don't know the law or ordinance of contract bidding, who does? Does anyone know that? The how to contract bid out, as far as the department heads?
I'm not aware that any department heads know how to do that.
What our planning director should know that? Because that's what, like Tanny Hill and them did, they bid it out, and.
But did it,
whoever-
we've run into this issue a
Yeah,
lot, did he
yeah,
bid it out
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That's
oh,
why
yeah,
we
he
had
bid
to
it
go
out right.
back and do bids, because we weren't doing what the law tells us to do.
Okay, which item is that gonna be? Because we should do individually, claims, like city, EMS.
Are you talking about on the
We're
6,000?
on the 6th.
Yeah.
No, that's an agenda item.
Okay,
agenda item.
oh, okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it's on there. I just,
Okay.
but no, that's my issue on that. I just don't wanna be, paying, again, they're needed.
I
They're
understand
needed. They're
it, but
needed.
that makes us legal.
Well, it makes us legal, but then we're looking into, we're not spending the taxpayer dollars.
I completely agree,
because
but we
we're
have to
doing
do
that.
it correctly.
Well, yes, for sure. And I guess the main thing is we need people to know, how to do it, especially if we've been doing it wrong for supposedly a long time, then, man, it needs to be done right, and then, but not at the expense of, however much it is, so. But yeah, I would like to have that information if I can get it, because that's just something I gotta dig deep in a little bit more.
Please.
Yeah, I think that's the only one. The contract labor was the one thing, and then, this,
Sherry Hines.
yeah, the Sherry Hines, and then this one right here. So you're saying again, Sherry Hines will be the last one, for sure.
Yeah, that's done.
But yeah, I would need that information. Whoever can give that to me, the vendor expense summary and a list of all payments, for the year for Infrastructure Solutions. And then also how many projects have been rebid and then been paid for more than once.
Holler at me Monday, and let's start on it, and hopefully we can have it before I go back to work on Thursday.
I think that's all I got.
Any other discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson,
No.
Butler,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wright,
No.
Leonard,
No.
Item number 5 is the mayor's report.
We'll start off with Employee of the Month. I don't see him here. Don't blame him. For the city, that's Don Cantrell. He, I believe, did 27 years of service. Friday was his last day, correct? Retired, so he is the Employee of the Month. Very well deserved. And thank you, Don.
Woo, go Don.
Next one's Caleb Bark. Is he on the tree department? EMS, okay. So, I think, where's Jim at? In there? I think he's one of our kind of newer ones. They've been here a year. I think he's still an EMT working on to go higher up, so appreciate both of those guys. Big week, 4th of July. 11 o'clock, we'll have the Wagoner Lions Club, the Independence Day Parade for in honor of Mary Stacy and Liz McMahon. That's free. They usually do hot dogs, so usually They'll have a water balloon fight, and then I believe from 12 to 3, is that correct, Rhonda? We'll have free swim at the pool. Then from 1 to 2, the Wagoner Lions Club will host a cornhole tournament at the park. Gates will open at the football field at 7 o'clock. Concession is available. The Murphys reached out to me. Did they get with you today, Jessica? Did they fill out a permit? Okay, they were wanting to try to put their food truck at the park. The east side is closed down due to construction between the football field and the track, so not going to really be able to park over there. They're asking that you park to the south or the west of the football field. And the fireworks will start at night, at dark, and the concession, I believe, is going to the cheerleaders. So
We can put that out on the mass text thing about the
This-
close,
yeah.
about it being closed down
I imagine
for the people.
we'll probably send out several things about it. So that's all I have for my mayor's report.
Item number 6, consider approval of a change order for taxiway rehab Phase 2 on Hefner Easley Airport in the amount of minus $29,555.83, or take other action.
Hello. I brought Matt with Garver Engineer with us to give us kind of an overview of the whole airport taxiway. We are finalizing. The next 3 items are all that goes with this. I'm gonna let Matt give you kind of an overview of where we're at and the success of the project, and we came in at about 30,000 under budget. So, Matt, you wanna-
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. So this is the... All right. Get a little shorter here. That's good. I'll just... even better. Thank you. Again, my name is Matthew Rank. I'm with Garver Engineering. Joined last fall, so I kind of jumped in as this project kicked off for this. It's been a long and a little bit of a challenging taxiway for a straightforward project with some varied conditions we ran into, groundwater. It was tough. But at the end of the day, the contractor worked with us because I told him there's no more money. We have to figure out how to get this. We ran into some debris, a lot of challenges. It took some time, but they got it in. Got a great product, great pavement. All the tests were approved by independent parties and ultimately came in under budget. And one thing I'd like to point out, this is an FAA grant. It's a 90-10, so 90% of the cost on these 3 line items, they're coming from the FAA. The local match is 10%. So that being said, we did a final inspection and everything looked good. All the tests are in. The airport, the taxiway is open and it's clean, and ultimately it's a really good product for the challenges that we had out there. Even considering that, it's an excellent product. $30,000 is the first item on here. It is for a credit, $29,000 and some change. That's what we ended up coming under based on total of quantities plus working with the contractor to make sure he did not go over. And then the other items are basically just the invoices for paying him for the asphalt and the final things that he did up to that lower contract amount. So I'll stand for any questions you have, but that's the summary. It's all within the approved budget that was done over, I think, a year or so ago when the grant was approved. I would add one more thing. There's one more invoice. That'll be our final. We're in our final report preparation, so I've not submitted our final invoice. But again, it will be within the budget as well. It'll probably be at your next meeting, and that'll be your final invoice for the project.
How much do you think that's gonna range?
The last one?
Yeah.
It's usually within about $5,000. It's the final report, so I'm guessing there. So please don't hold me if it comes in 7,500. But it's usually a last 5 or 10% of the project.
Thank you.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Go ahead.
I need a motion.
Need a motion? Any further discussion?
So maybe.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Item number 7, consider approval of invoice number 5 in the amount of $287,743.72, and invoice number 6, final, in the amount of $45,796.11 to Paragon Contractors LLC for taxiway rehab Phase 2 at Hefner Easley Airport per recommendation from Garver Engineering, or take other action.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
It's made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Leonard,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Item number 8, consider approval of invoice number 23A03351-4 for Garver LLC in the amount of $4,650.10 for Hefner Easley Airport Taxiway Rehabilitation Phase 2, or take other action.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Item number 9, consider approval of the final plat of Ash Addition located at southeast corner of Mockingbird Lane and Ash Avenue, consisting of 3 lots for the development of 3 duplexes, or take other action.
Council, you guys have already approved this. It's been over 12 months since this was approved, and they did not file the plat with the county. So we have to bring it back to you to reapprove per state statute. Plus, we changed the signature line for the treasurer because they had Dana on there. So again, we have to bring it back before you for a new approval. Planning Commission did recommend approval on this one.
Any discussion?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Leonard,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Item number 10, consider approval of the preliminary plat of Blake Commercial Center, or take other action.
This is the Starbucks location. They're cleaning up their title and abstract so that they can sell their lots separately. They've split it into 2 lots. Lot 1, which is the Starbucks location, and Lot 2, which is the lot to the south. This went through Planning Commission, and they did recommend approval.
Discussion?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Item number 11, consider approval of the final plat of Blake Commercial Center, or take other action.
This is that same property, it's just their final plat. We let them do it at the same time since it was a simple.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Item number 12, consider accepting a bid and entering into a contract with Tulsa Asphalt LLC for the purchase of coal patch asphalt at $115 per ton, or take other action.
Discussion?
Is prior 125 and then plus delivery, or just 125?
It's $125. Is that the one Tulsa Asphalt quoted both prices? They quoted like picking it up or delivering it?
It was 115 and I guess delivery 128.
Yeah, and we pick it up. We never have it delivered, so.
Okay, so it's one, okay.
Any further discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Item number 13, consider accepting a bid and entering into a contract with Prior Asphalt Incorporated for the purchase of Class C hot lay at $67 per ton, or take other action.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Item number 14, consider accepting a bid and entering into a contract with Green Country Wildlife Specialists for pest control of 17 city properties at $730 per quarter, or take other action.
Okay, was this bidded out or what? Because I know Action Pest wanted to.
Yes, ma'am.
inquire about it.
It
And-
was, we sent a bid packet to Green Country Wildlife Action Pest Solutions and Warner Pest Control. We received one bid from Green Country.
We've had them for several years, haven't
Yes.
And then this is 730 per quarter, is that for all properties, or is it separate? properties?
That's all of the properties.
Entertain a motion.
So made. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Leonard,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Item number 15, consider accepting a bid and entering into a contract with Lot Maintenance of Oklahoma Incorporated for quarterly street sweeping at $1,700 per quarter, or take other action.
Discussion?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Item number 16, consider approval of invoice number 1630 in the amount of $9,000 and invoice number 1639 in the amount of $6,000 for R.L. Shears Company, PC Landscape Architects for Downtown Streetscape Phase 3-2024 ODOT TA program grant application submittal, or take other action.
Council, this is the invoices from Robert Shears for the contract that we approved back in March of this year to apply for the TAP Grant 3. This is North Main Street.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Leonard,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Item number 17, consider approval of an interlocal agreement with Wagoner County and the City of Wagoner/Wagoner Public Works Authority for the purpose of enabling cooperation and combining existing resources for the 2024 Maple Park Tower Improvement Project, or take other action. The agreement provides that the county will reimburse the city/WPWA from available American Rescue Plan Act funds not to exceed $343,000 for engineering and construction services for the project.
Discussion?
Did we just get these or what? Because it just was on our desk when we came here. We had one in our package.
That is not this item.
Okay,
That's
so we only got
that's the
one?
next item.
So we only got one, right?
That's next.
I'm ahead of time.
Yeah. This is the
Okay.
actual
All
contract
right.
with the county.
I was reading and when.
That's okay, that's okay.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Item number 18, consider to accept the bid and enter into a contract with McGuire Iron Incorporated in the sum of $235,000 for the 2024 Maple Park Tower Improvement Project, or take other action. The bid of O&A Coating and Painting Corporation, the apparent lowest bidder, is not accepted on the advice of the project engineer, Infrastructure Solutions Group, LLC, because O&A Coatings and Painting Corporation was not registered with SAM.gov and did not have a unique identity ID as required by the bid documents.
Discussion?
So, you said you guys on this O&A, coating and painting, so you didn't utilize it because they didn't have the UI?
That's correct. If you use the ARPA funds, you gotta have what they call a SAMS.gov number, and you gotta be registered with SAMS.gov. Even though they were pre-approved, they did not have an approved number, so we could not accept their bid.
So, I thought, and this is not in my field, but I thought that the beneficiary or the contractor does not have to have the UIE number. It's, even though it's federal funds, it has to be, for you guys, for ARPA funds for us to get them, we have to have it, but as far as the beneficiary or the contractor does not have to have that.
That's, I don't know where you got that,
The
but contractors have to have the number, SAMS.gov number. Just like us as engineers, we have to have a SAMS.gov number to benefit from the ARPA funds.
Okay, I was gonna say this was off of the U.S. Department of Treasury, and it was, I mean, I looked at it and made sure that I was comprehending it right, but it said that the beneficiary or the contractor doesn't have it. So to disqualify someone because they don't have something that isn't, by the Department of Treasury, then I don't see how it could be. Because they had a, what was a bid on that? What was the lowest bid on, or what was O and A?
O and A's bid was $219,500. And McGuire Arn was $235,000 even. The bidding documents also required them to have a SAMS.gov number.
Who did, I'm sorry?
The bidding documents themselves, the ones that we get from Oklahoma Water Resources Board for ARPA funds, the language in there says they gotta have it if they bid the project.
Well, I mean, I got the document from the court clerk today, and it's stated a little bit different than what you're stating.
Okay.
It says that, that I read, it was completely worded different than what you tell me about the UIE number and all that stuff like that. And then I see these are just dated, was today, so the bid just came in today and you checked it, or?
No, we received the bids on the 20th of June.
Okay, because to me, I mean, this is what the court clerk sent us from the county, and I hate to award something to somebody and it's not up to their par, because they're the one giving us the money, and then at the end, they have to write the check. And if it's not, up to the standard, then we're gonna be accountable for that money because we're not gonna get it from them.
That's correct.
I guess on top of that, so have we, I mean, we've gotten ARPA funds and other funds,
We ran into this same issue last year on something. I don't remember what it was, but the Sam's ID number came up.
I was gonna say, but I guess, I
Remember
know
that?
we received
Something
funds,
like
and I don't, unless we've done this every single time, but I don't recall that someone was ineligible because of a UEI number or SAMS.gov number. Because, I mean, I know we've done a lot, and I don't recall this ever happening. They've been ineligible or disqualified because they didn't have that. So, and that's all on all federal dollars, right?
That's correct. And Mayor, I think the project you're thinking of is the ARPA funds that we use for the road repair for the force main.
Seems like it was a road.
Yes, and that was actually under the direction of OWRB, who administers the ARPA funds for the state of Oklahoma. The supplier, if I remember right, the supplier, it was utility supplied. They did not have a SAMS.gov number, so we did not use them.
Yeah, I remember it. I wonder, do they genuinely usually have this?
Yes.
I wonder if that's why. They always have it, it doesn't come up.
And they actually thought they had a number. I've had many discussions with them, and you can pull up SAMS.gov and you can check them specifically. And they were not registered, and although they had a number, it wasn't a SAMS.gov number.
Are they in the process of getting one?
They are.
How long does it take to get it?
Utility supply, I think we gave them a couple of weeks and they never did get theirs, so.
But I believe we have a deadline on using those ARPA funds.
Deadline.
And I think if you're talking about the contract you got today, I think that was the one we signed with the county today, or the city did, where the county.
Probably their meeting was today.
Yeah. And I think in there, it talks about that in order to get reimbursed, you have to abide by all of the ARPA rules. And my understanding is that is the requirement of the ARPA rules. And that's always been enforced in us on not just here, but everywhere throughout the state. CDBG funds are the same way. You have to have a SAMS.gov. Rural development funds, OWRB funds, the contractor must have a SAM's number.
We'll definitely look into it again. Like I said, I looked into the Department of Treasury, and it stated that they did have to have it, the beneficiary or the contractor, so. And that could be, those stipulations could be specifically to was it OWRB, or, what, CBDG or whatnot, but, yeah, that's, kind of, it's not good for them if they can't get something because, and they were the lowest bidder by, I mean, not much, but,
It's really bad for them.
yeah.
They missed out on a chunk.
Yeah, okay. That's all I need to, I'll do some more research on it.
Any other further discussion? Entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion to, enter into contract with McGuire Iron Inc. for the sum of $235,000 for the 2024, Maple Park Tower Improvement Project. And I would ask that it be put in that the reasons being O&A Coatings and Paintings Corporation was not registered with the SAM.gov and did not have the unique identity ID as required by the bid documents.
Did he say 275?
235.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wright, yes, Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Item number 19, consider approval of invoice number WAG 23-06-02 in the amount of $13,950 from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC, Downtown Storm Sewer Replacement Phase 2, Casper Project, project number WAG-23-06, or take other action.
This is a progressive invoice from us. The project is actually advertised for bids, and so we're gonna go out and get the materials bids. I think there's 6 schedules and excuse me, in there. And this is just part of our fee.
You're charging us $13,950 to go out and bid for this?
This is
Is
for
that what you said?
This is for the design
Okay.
and the bid. And this is invoice number 2. So there was already invoiced number 1. And it was only for design, part of it.
Further discussion? Entertain a motion?
So many.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Wright,
No.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Road, oh, sorry. Trying to call somebody that's not here. Item number 20, consider approval of final invoice number WAG 23-05A-05 in the amount of $981.69 from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC, 2023 Street Rehabilitation, project number WAG 23-05A, or take other action.
This is our final invoice for the street project that the council approved as complete at the last council meeting. We've reviewed all of the closing documents, and this is just part of our fee, final fee.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
I was gonna say, I know that we're gonna talk about all the bids or whatnot. I would still like to have that information separate from the vendor expense summary. Cause I mean, it is what it is. I know we need Infrastructure Solutions for a lot of things, and I appreciate what you guys do, but also just.
What information were you wanting?
The,
He wants all the
the vendor
bidding.
expense summary, and then, just a list of the payments for the year, because I mean, we're already in, and I know some of these are designs and bids and everything else, but we're already at 60 grand off of just today, let alone I know we've been doing it for a very long time, and so, again, 60 grand, we're already.
Now, this is a new fiscal year, so we're moving
Well,
forward
I was
with a
gonna say
lot of
that.
stuff.
Well, I was gonna say, that's why I wanted to see what it was in the prior, last year, and then be able to see if we, can you answer, have you, maybe, I mean, you probably know, have you guys rebid something and submitted another documentation for a bid again, or payment?
We did not, no.
You haven't?
No, typically, if it's not an hourly contract, I think the pool chemicals will get into that. I base that off of hours, okay? Most everything else we bid is off of a fee curve that's established by the state and all the funding agencies in Oklahoma, and it's a percentage of construction. We get so much for design, so much for bidding, so much for construction management.
Copy.
Inspections on top of that.
Okay. And so I guess if you have to redo it, you don't
I don't charge.
submit another bid?
I do not. If we have to rebid, you won't see another invoice for bidding other than what we did the first time. The one that you talked about, the roof.
Yes.
If you look, that's invoice number 1. I have never invoiced the town for all the work that we've done previous and this time. And we can talk about that more when we get into it.
Okay.
But no, I do not invoice again. It's basically off the fee curve.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Entertain a motion.
Made. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Item number 21, consider approval of pay application number 4 final from Envision Civil Contractors LLC in the amount of $10,426.18 for Yorkshire Street rehabilitation per recommendation from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC, project number WAG-23-08, or take other action.
This is the final pay app for Envision Civil Contractors. This is for the project, the street project out on Yorkshire. It's their final invoice. We checked all their final documents, and everything's in shape. Our recommendation is to accept the project as complete and pay the contractor their final pay app.
Discussion. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Leonard,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Butler,
yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Item number 22, consider approval of invoice number WAG-23-08-05 in the amount of $6,832 from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC for Yorkshire Street Boulevard Street improvements, project number WAG-23-08-05, or take other action.
This is our invoice for doing the construction management of that project, which included inspection. If you have our invoice, it should detail exactly what our charges were. And I'm sorry, I did not bring a copy of the invoice, so I don't remember what it's for. But it would be for all of it. And it is based on the fee curve that we talked about.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Item number 23, consider accepting a bid and entering into a contract with the Jackson Mechanical Services Incorporated in the amount of $21,606 for City of Wagoner Library HVAC replacement per recommendation from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC, or take other action.
If you recall, when we first looked at this project, we went out and asked for proposals, and we got proposals. I brought them back to the council, and the council requested, or we were required to go out and advertise the project. We went out and we advertised the project for 21 days, sent it out to everybody who gave us proposals before and and sent it to bid houses, okay? We got one bid back, and it was from Jackson.
Okay, so you reached out to Action Air, Advanced Cooling, that you actually called in March 24th of '24, but you didn't get nothing back on this one.
That's correct.
And do they have to pay a digital fee for the bidding copies?
I think there was a fee for the bidding documents, yes.
Okay, so why are we charging a fee when y'all made phone calls last time and it was 16,000, 17,000? Now this one is almost 22,000. And from what I understand, from one air conditioner place here locally, they got a phone call from Mr. Peters, says, we need a bid, so give me your best shot.
Okay, I can't tell you what happened
I'm
there.
just telling you what they
I'm just
told
telling
me.
you what we are required to do by the state of Oklahoma on fair bidding laws.
Well, you
okay?
think that was fair
And that's
bidding law?
what I followed, okay? And we give everybody the same opportunity to provide a bid.
Because I can't understand why this Jackson, wherever it's from. and
Tulsa.
then- From Tulsa, and then we got locally people here that didn't turn the bids back in when it was just a couple months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, whatever.
It was in April.
Yeah,
In April, okay.
I guess the question, I mean, it's probably what, so the last time that it was done, did they have to pay a fee to give it?
Didn't
No,
do bids last
no.
time,
Didn't do
remember, we
bids.
did quotes.
Big quotes?
It wasn't done correctly, that's why we did the bids.
Did y'all ask Action
Well, yeah.
Air or?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't, no, I guess.
I mean, that'd be more of a question
Yeah.
for them. why they did it.
Yeah.
ask Action Air why
Well,
I can't think of the one guy's name, what's the
No, I
other
know
guy?
that-
No, the S&J or whatever,
No, I just know that the last, when we did the bids, they
You
were
mean
the
Copeland?
cooling system and then the
he
conventional, and they
doesn't
were
do new.
apples and oranges, and we couldn't depict which one because they're two different things, and so.
Right.
Action Air did come to my office and examine the bid documents.
Okay.
He did come and look at them in my office.
And I did call that person, I just want you to know, ACS, I didn't think you seen it in the paper, and he said he didn't want to mess with it.
yeah. Well, I know you called because they played the recording back.
Okay. I think that.
Further discussion? Entertain a motion?
So maybe.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Wright,
No.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Item number 24, consider accepting a bid and entering into a contract with the J&S Construction and Demolition Company LLC in the amount of $35,000 for the City of Wagoner Library roof repairs per recommendation from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC, or take other action.
It's basically the same process we did on the HVAC. We originally went out for proposals, and we came back and we went out and bids, and again, the same thing. I identified I contacted all of the people that provided bids before, and the only bid we got was from J&S.
And that bid also is 35,000, but the last bid you got last time was 21,000 and 15,000.
From J&J.
Then it was a 10,000. But this bid came back at 35,000.
That's correct.
And where does it say what they're gonna do on here? Is that what we're looking at?
It's in the bidding documents.
So
It's TPO roof.
So it's not in our form? Nowhere? 'Cause I don't see
know where
it.
it gets added. It's something I don't see. I mean, you know, it's a document this thick, so.
Well, you kind of like want to summarize what they're gonna do, because when you did it before, there was half of it summarized, half of it it's not summarized, half of it wasn't close to what they was doing and everything else, so that's why I was wondering.
I can add a summary.
And is there a warranty on this?
Yes.
How many years?
I'd have to go back and look at the documents. I apologize. Typically, when you bid things like this, it's at least a year, okay? But the TPO, I don't remember what I required in the documents, but it's either 5 or 10. And I can bring it back to the council if I need it.
It says just, here it just says remove and replace existing library roof,
That's correct.
and it doesn't say anything about a warranty.
No, it was in the bidding documents. The reason we put bidding documents together so that we can set and look at the bids and determine which bid is actually better than the next, okay? If you look at the proposals we got from before, there was a different ISO board that goes underneath. There's one of them, most of them were TPO roofs, one of them was not, okay? So when you put your bidding documents together, you want to make sure you compare apples to apples. Same thing happened on the HVAC. You know, when you get one versus the other, that's the purpose of the bidding documents. So everybody's bidding the same thing. And I can bring that information back if I need to.
Further discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
No.
Butler,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Leonard.
No.
Item number 25, consider approval of invoice number WAG 24-04-01 in the amount of $6,000 from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC for Wagoner Library roof and HVAC replacement, or take other action.
This is the invoice that there was some questions on. This is just not for bidding the project. When we did have a leak on the roof, we was worried about the structural integrity. I had to go find a structural engineer, get him out here, get him the old plans so he could do an assessment on the roof before we even moved to the next stages, okay? And then once he identified that the roof was safe and it was structurally sound, that's when we went out and got proposals, okay? Brought it to the council, decided to go out for bids, went out for bids, put bidding documents together. That's what the $6,000 is for the entire process, not just for bidding the project.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Item number 26, consider approval of invoice number WAG-24-05-01 in the amount of $24,800 from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC for Wagoner County ARPA Maple Park Tower Improvements, project number WAG-24-05, or take other action.
This is a progressive invoice for the tower painting at Maple Park. This is, the fee on this one is part of the contract that we have with the Wagoner County. This is through bidding, which is 80% of our fee. And again, this fee was based on a percentage of construction at the time we put the invoices together.
Discussion. Entertain a motion.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wright,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Item number 27, consider approval of invoice number WAG-24-06 in the amount of $500 from Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC for Wagoner Pool Chemicals, project number WAG-24-06, or take other action.
This is a hourly invoice for the time that I spent on trying to find proper chemicals for the pool. There was a unique fluorinator, and we were trying to get a cheaper cost as far as the tablets go that goes into it. And I had to reach out to that manufacturer and research the EPA certifications associated with that, okay? And then when we went out to suppliers to get all of the chemicals that was needing for the pool. So it was just not a bid, it was more that was involved in that than just proposals.
Discussion? Entertain a motion.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it, Dale.
Thank you.
Item number 28, consider the purchase of workers' compensation insurance for the City of Wagoner employees or take other action.
Good evening, council. This is just your renewal for.
Will you use the microphone, please?
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting we have this fancy equipment now. Good evening, council. This is our renewal for our workers' compensation insurance powered through OMAG. It's the same company, Consolidated Benefits Resources. Sorry, there's a lot of CBRs around here and CRBs. So they do an excellent job for us. They have a great online portal now that we get to do all of our filing through. They take care of business and do an excellent job. Any questions?
Discussion, entertain a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Thank you, council.
Thank
Item number 29, consider approval of the appointment of John Chandler as a trustee of the City of Wagoner Economic Development Authority to fill the vacancy created by the expiration of the term of Scott Yandell.
I have something.
Go ahead.
What was, Mr. Yandell's term?
He was filling in for the rest of Pan Stevens' term that expired in June.
So he resigned or was he taken off?
No, it expired.
Okay. I was at the meeting when Mr. Chandler, resigned and said he was gonna take the money back for the Bob. What changed his mind in wanting him to get back on there?
Don't know that we're gonna get the money back for the Bob.
No, I'm saying, what changed his mind in wanting him to be, he wants to be back on the economic board?
He,
He didn't say?
no, that didn't really come up. No.
Have you reached out to him and asked him?
No.
But what I can
No.
understand is that, okay, the last meeting was like, when was it, April? I guess. So if it's April, May, June, 2 months later, or 3, if you can't take the heat, why are you getting back in there? That's what I want to know.
He
'Cause
said
if-
he didn't want to be on there when he left.
Yep, he says, it's not a board I want to be on, so I'm leaving.
I wouldn't wanna be on that board either.
Yep, so why are we putting it back on there?
Hey, no, that's your first warning. Have to do it again, you'll be removed.
Because if I leave a board, or if I walk out here now, and say I'm done with city council, I'm not gonna come back and say, oh, I'm sorry, I wanna be back on the board. I knew what I was into when I got into it, and this was going on way before he announced it, because I could tell by the voice of him standing up talking that I knew sooner or later it was gonna come to that end. So I don't think we should appoint somebody that been gone for 2 months, 3 months, or whatever, and back on the board, and then it's gonna happen 3 more months later if something don't go their way. And it goes for every single one on this list.
Didn't he give a reason why he was leaving?
Well, he made a speech, I can't remember, I have it on my phone, I know that, because I recorded it.
All 3 of us were there.
Yeah, he said that,
Him and his wife decided that they.
yeah, he came home, and his wife said, what's bothering you? And she said, that we the board? He said, yeah. She said, well, if it's not for you, just get off of it. And so, I took my wife, this is not verbatim, I took my wife, comment, and I just said, yeah, I think I feel better by getting off of it, and I'm taking my $300,000, I'm walking out. And that was the end of it.
Well, didn't he also state that due his, unless I heard wrong, that, he was on the board previously years ago.
Yeah, he was.
And the city got along, we got along, the county got along, everything was cohesive. And I got the impression that the hostilities that, he felt, and a matter of fact, that was the reason he didn't want to be in where they couldn't take care of business and couldn't move on.
Well, it's still gonna be the same. If it was hostile back then, it'll probably be hostile now.
Well, to me,
No.
I think, to me, the hostility, the first meeting that everybody was there, I was like, wow, this is gonna be a good weed board. I mean, they getting along, everything's perfect, everything's right. I mean, and then the second meeting, it just blew up. And I think it's because that people didn't like to be corrected on something they didn't have the knowledge on, they didn't understand it, or it was conflict of interest as well as that too. If the money that, like, when you receive something, just like the park for the money, nobody went and could told us what to do and how to do on the park. If you giving
What are you talking
something,
about? What
I'm just back to John, 300,000 that he was gonna give, I think what it was a conflict of interest. conflict of interest.
No, what are you saying? Like,
Well, I'm saying
you're talking
that-
about a park, or
okay,
you're talking about
I'm
the
giving you,
junction?
I'm
What are
giving you,
talking
I'm
about?
giving you example. Okay, if somebody's giving money, they shouldn't be involved in the project if they giving it for that project, that's what I'm saying.
I'm giving $300,000.
You know.
I'm being involved.
Well, well, then you shouldn't be.
I get what you're saying, and it may be something a little bit more fine line to that. So if he gives $300,000, or anyone gives $300,000, the conflict would be, what I see the conflict would be is that $300,000 that he has any
word in it.
Well, not even word. I mean,
Where's
that's-
that a law?
Well, it's
If that
not
was
even.
the
No, not
case,
even.
though, why did you guys vote
May I finish?
to approve him the first time?
May I finish? May I finish? It comes back down to making sure that the $300,000, like if I'm giving you $300,000 for the Bob, that I don't have contracts to recoup that money back as far as working on the Bob. So that right there would be the conflict of interest. That's what I would think it would be. You can have a say in, because you're giving money, but it still has to come back to, if I give you $300,000, and then I'm the dirt boy. I'm going to do the dirt work, and I'm getting that money back from the $300,000 or any other money. That's the conflict.
But
So
he
if that's
doesn't
not
have
happening,
anything like
okay.
that, and he stated that the entire time.
Well, I guess that's what I'm looking, I'm listening to what they're saying, and that's what I think, that's what I would see as the conflict, if that's happening, and I'm not saying it is.
The gentleman just wanted to give $300,000 and see the project through and see it through.
No, I don't see, I'm not saying that, I'm saying the other way around, where that you're giving money and then you're receiving money for the same project. That's the conflict.
No, I agree.
Yeah, that's
That
how
would
that's
be.
how I see
I
it.
mean, that's
Yeah.
paying yourself plus the tax write-off, but that's not what's happening.
I know that's because that's what I'm getting out of what she's saying.
These questions weren't raised the first time he was appointed, though.
He got appointed because there was vacancies in the position, because the lawyer Owens or somebody was gonna get on there, and then we voted him in. He came to the first meeting, and then he decided not to be on the board. He just left.
It's good to ask questions even though it comes around again.
No,
Make
I,
sure everything-
Well, but-
I absolutely agree with you, but he was given the $300,000 to the project before he was appointed. That was known. And these questions weren't asked whenever the first appointment came around.
Again, there's a
Well,
second chance here.
the
and-
questions is asked now since he's gone and came back.
I get that.
I mean, it's same as anything else,
I'm just saying.
you know? I mean, it's just not right. I mean, once you leave, and then the next, when he did leave, and it was still like some couple members still left there, the meeting went excellent, without even him there. And it doesn't matter, I don't have anything against him either, but I'm just saying that, you know, it's just like the next one coming up. He said, I don't want to be on the WPWA board no more because I'm retired and I want to spend time with my wife. And then you come back 3 months later, oh, you want back on the board.
I don't have an issue as long as there isn't any, the conflict that I just addressed, that there isn't a way that you're giving $300,000, you're getting a tax write-off, and you're in control of, that's still, I get now, I'm getting deeper into it, but I don't, because even if I give him $300,000, and I'm not saying this, that him or anyone else is doing this, not saying it, but there's a chance that me giving $300,000, I know the owner of the dirt work person, and I'm giving $100,000 of that money, and I'm receiving something on the back.
But it's not guaranteed that they get it. He's only one vote.
Well, I mean, and he could be the only one that bids. I mean, those are, you know,
I don't,
yeah.
well, that could happen with anybody.
I understand
Whether
that.
you donate money or not.
Right, I understand.
If somebody, I want my friend to come in there and get this.
I understand that. I'm looking at it, you know, objectively with that right there. Is that-
Actually, the
Did he
money
say
is not the
anything about
issue.
it?
The issue is that the man got off the board 2 or 3 months ago, and now he wants to be back in the fire. That's the issue. Every single one of these people on here got off the board at the same time, and now they want to be back on there. Every single one of them.
We have two
That's the
different-
problem I have.
Well, we have to, I mean, I don't care if he's on the board or not, but I wanna make sure there's no conflict, that's the only thing I have on that. I mean, it's a lot to deal with.
Did he even say anything about bringing donating any money again?
Hasn't really been brought up. Any further discussion?
So as of right now, he didn't say anything about bringing, or giving the money back.
No. Entertain a motion?
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Leonard.
No.
Wright.
No.
Item number 30, consider approval of the appointment of Philip Sullivan as a trustee of the City of Wagoner Economic Development Authority to fill the vacancy created by the resignation of John Chandler.
Again, I was at that meeting with Philip, and he said he did not want to be on the board anymore. He wanted to enjoy his retirement with his wife. So what's saying, if we vote him back in, is he gonna leave again?
I know lots of people retiring. They say they work a lot harder.
You're home with your husband or your wife for a while, you say, yeah, I need to get back on the job.
I mean, basically what I'm gonna say about this is that, appointing people that left, why didn't we advertise for somebody to be on the board again? Instead of just putting these back on there, you didn't do this before, you just put it out there and say, okay.
I did that
anybody wanna be on
one
the meeting
time,
board?
the first time. Didn't do it any other time after that. Blew up was a huge thing.
Well, it wasn't that. The blew up was because somebody you asked and didn't put an application in. That's where it blew up at.
But they were the most qualified candidate.
Well, they didn't put an application in.
There's no really requirements.
There's none.
You know,
We were just trying to be more
It was an application
transparent.
process on that time, Mr.
No,
Hickenbottom,
I get,
and they didn't put it in. That's what we're saying.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say is, and I mean, whether I agree with it or not, okay, there's nothing saying that he has to advertise in.
Well, he did. That's what we're
I
saying.
know he did.
Yeah.
I get that. But I'm just saying, there's nothing saying that he is required to advertise in. Whether I agree with it, whether you agree with it, I mean, it is what it is.
Further discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wright.
No.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Leonard.
No.
Butler.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Item number 31, consider approval of the appointment of Tim Hoffman as a trustee of the City of Wagoner Economic Development Authority to fill the vacancy created by the resignation of Tim Hoffman.
Discussion?
It's a joke.
I don't know, there's a lot of, I don't get where they're at. There's a lot of uncertainty, but I don't want, there's a lot of things that need to be done with here in Wagner, economic development. But there's a lot of uncertainty because people are getting on and off and on and off, and then we go 2-3 months without something, and then they're back on the air, and not saying that, and their reasons may be warranted, stress or hostile, whatever it may be, but it's just that, I guess you're saying, we're on the council, it's hostile, can be, but we're here. And we're here until we get voted out, people don't like what we're doing, but we're here, and we can't leave. We can, but we're letting a lot of people down.
Yep.
The people that elect us in that position. But again, there's a lot of uncertainty there. I mean, it really is. I mean, we're going to appoint these people back and hopefully they stay. I mean, that's the reason why I'm voting yes, because I don't want it to continue to like have nothing going on, because we need something going on. I want to entrust that they're going to do the right thing and stay in there and stay in the fire and figure it out, because I am, but it's yeah, it doesn't it's not a my yeses are not, they're yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of uncertainty there, but I don't want it to, we need to move on. We have to. We can't keep doing this.
Further discussion? Entertain a motion?
So maybe.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wright,
No.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Leonard,
No.
Butler,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Item number 32, consider approval of the appointment of Chris Luna as a trustee of the City of Wagoner Economic Development Authority to fill the vacancy created by the resignation of Chris Luna.
Discussion, entertain a motion.
So maybe.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wright,
No.
Butler,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Item number 33, hold a public hearing to declare the property located at 602 South Fillmore dilapidated as it has become detrimental to the health, safety, and/or welfare of the general public.
Good evening, council. We have been in contact with this property owner. It is in his mother's name. He does know that it needs to come down. They have not started probate. They don't have any date or anything where they want to start probate. So we would like to proceed with this and recommend approval.
Any discussion?
So moved, because I talked to the people and they said, go ahead and do it.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please
Who
call
was
the
my-
roll.
I'm sorry, who was my second?
Patrick.
Thank you. Leonard,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Item number 34, hold a public hearing to declare the property located at 509 Southwest 9th Street, more particularly described as the City of Wagoner, Lot 4, Block 542, dilapidated as it has become detrimental to the health, safety, and/or welfare of the general public.
I would like the council to take no action on this as the property owners have taken action.
I just get ready to say that. I talked to the daughter, and they have knocked it down. They're gonna finish cleaning it up.
Everyone fine with no action?
Item number 35, hold a public hearing to declare the property located at 107 South Bennett Avenue dilapidated as it has become detrimental to the health, safety, and/or welfare of the general public.
I would like the council to take no action on this as the property owner has started action.
So is this the one by the softball field?
No, it's about 2 blocks from Katie Donuts, down
Okay.
Bennett Street.
Okay. I'm thinking of
It's a body shop.
It's the
in
one where
middle.
the roof caved in. They're working on an engineering to get the roof replaced. They have pulled permit.
It's like the building over here, the body shop, the building over there.
Everyone fine with no action?
Yeah.
Item number 36, hold a public hearing to declare the property located at 105 South Bennett Avenue dilapidated as it has become detrimental to the health, safety, and/or welfare of the general public.
This property owner has not made any kind of arrangements for their own tear down or pulled a permit. We would like to recommend approval.
Discussion?
They know about it?
Yes, they do. They have been notified.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion, second. Please call the roll.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Item number 37, hold a public hearing to declare the property on the southeast corner of Northwest 2nd and Prairie, more particularly described as City of Wagoner, beginning at the southeast corner of Lot 2, east on south line of subdivision Lot 2, 98 feet north to a point on the north line, 784 feet east from the northwest corner of Lot 2, west on the north line 84 feet to the northwest corner, and south on the west line of Lot 2 to a point of beginning, Block 286, dilapidated as it has become detrimental to the health, safety, and/or welfare of the general public.
I would like the council to take no action. The property owners have tore it down, and they're continuing to clean up the tear down.
Everyone found no action?
Item number 38, hold a public hearing to declare the property at 905 Southeast 7th dilapidated as it has become detrimental to the health, safety, and/or welfare of the general public.
We have talked to this property owner. I would like to clarify this is only the detached garage that has collapsed in that is being done. The main structure is not being demolished, and they are very much aware of it. We did have a conversation about it, and he cannot afford to do it on his own, so we're hoping to set up a payment plan with him at some point. He's the one that called you, Dalton, and talked about it.
Discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made. Second.
Have a motion, second. Please call the roll.
Leonard.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Item number 39, hold a public hearing to declare the property at 108 North State Street dilapidated as it has become detrimental to the health, safety, and/or welfare of the general public.
This is that very large two-story that's just north of the church on State Street. The roof has collapsed in, part of the second story has collapsed in. You have pictures in your packet that really describe the damage to this house. We have notified the property owners. They have received service. They have not made contact with the city. Staff recommends approval.
I've had a lot of complaints.
Yeah, that should have been one of the first ones, a long time ago. 108 South, it's right across the street from Mountain Funeral. That funeral house is covered in trees.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion?
So made.
Second.
Have a motion, second. Please call the roll.
Leonard.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Item number 40, hold a public hearing to declare the property at 809 Northeast 2nd Street dilapidated as it has become detrimental to the health, safety, and/or welfare of the general public.
We would like to put this one on hold. No action taken. The property owner has taken action on this at this time.
Everyone fine with no action?
Item number 41, hold a public hearing to declare the property at 605 North Main Street dilapidated as it has become detrimental to the health, safety, and/or welfare of the general public.
I would like to take no action on this as the property owners have entered in probate and would like to take action themselves.
Everyone fine with that?
Item number 42, hold a public hearing to declare the property at 601 North Main Street dilapidated as it has become detrimental to the health, safety, and/or welfare of the general public.
Again, this is the same property owner as the other one. They have entered in probate, and they would like to take action themselves.
Everyone finds no action.
Item number 43, consider accepting the quote from Five Star Demolition in the amount of $4,000 for demolition of the structure located at 602 South Fillmore, or take other action.
We sent out the bid, the quotes to 15 contractors, and we had 4, and the quote prices are in your packet. We recommend approval for 5 Star as the lowest quote.
So made.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Sampson?
Yes.
Butler?
Yes.
Abernathy?
Yes.
Leonard?
Yes.
Wright?
Yes.
Wagoner?
Yes.
Higginbottom?
Yes.
Item number 44, consider accepting the quote from Five Star Demolition in the amount of $1,250 for the demolition of the structure located at 509 Southwest 9th Street.
This is the one that we took no action. I would like to take no action.
Everyone finds no action.
Item number 45, consider accepting the quote from Steely Excavation in the amount of $4,000 for the demolition of the structure located at 107 South Bennett Avenue, or take other action.
No action, please.
Once again, everyone finds no action.
Item number 46, consider accepting the quote from Steely Excavation in the amount of $4,250 for the demolition of the structure located at 108 South Bennett, or take other action.
Staff recommends approval.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Abernathy?
Yes.
Leonard?
Yes.
Butler?
Yes.
Higginbottom?
Yes.
Wright?
Yes.
Wagoner?
Yes.
Sampson?
Yes.
Item number 47, consider accepting the quote from Yoakum Trucking in the amount of $2,500 for the demolition of the structure located at the southeast corner of Northwest 2nd and Prairie, more particularly described as City of Wagoner, beginning at the southwest corner of Lot 2, east on the south line of subdivision Lot 2, 98 feet north to a point on north line, 84 feet to the northwest corner, and south on the west line of Lot 2 to the point of beginning, Block 286, or take other action.
No action, please.
No action again.
Item number 48, consider accepting a quote from Five Star Demolition in the amount of $2,400 for the demolition of the structure located at 905 Southeast 7th, or take other action.
Staff recommends approval.
So made.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Sampson?
Yes.
Wagoner?
Yes.
Abernathy?
Yes.
Higginbottom?
Yes.
Leonard?
Yes.
Wright?
Yes.
Butler?
Yes.
Item number 49, consider accepting a quote from Steely Excavation in the amount of $7,000 for the demolition of the structure located at 108 North State Street, or take other action.
Staff definitely recommends approval on that $7,000 quote for the big 2-story and all the stuff around it.
So made.
Hey, I have one question on
Yes.
that. Does that include, Ron was after me, does that include the surrounding buildings and everything?
It includes every structure on that property we have condemned, yes.
Okay.
That's all the junk, the house, everything.
Will it be smooth? Will it
Yes.
be able to just go in and ride a lawnmower on
The
it?
requirements for the contractor is it to be cleared and mowable when they are finished.
Have a motion and second. Please call the roll.
Butler?
Yes.
Abernathy?
Yes.
Wagoner?
Yes.
Wright?
Yes.
Leonard?
Yes.
Sampson?
Yes.
Higginbottom?
Yes.
Item number 50, consider accepting a quote from Steely Excavation in the amount of $3,050 for the demolition of the structure located at 809 Northeast 2nd Street, or take other action.
No action, please.
Everyone fine with that? All right.
Item number 51, consider accepting the quote from Steely Excavation in the amount of $4,250 for the demolition of the structure located at 605 North Main Street, or take other action.
No action, please.
Item number 52, consider accepting the quote from Steely Excavation in the amount of $3,000 for the demolition of the structure located at 601 North Main Street, or take other action.
No action, please. Thank you, council.
Thank you.
Item number 53, consider declaring the following police department vehicles as surplus property and authorizing disposal thereof, or take other action. 1995 Chevrolet pickup, 1999 Ford Expedition, 2003 Chevrolet Impala, 2007 Chevrolet Impala, 2008 Ford Crown Victoria, 2008 Ford Crown Victoria, 2008 Ford Crown Victoria, 2009 Ford Crown Victoria, 2010 Ford Crown Victoria, 2010 Chevrolet Impala, 2014 Dodge Durango.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah,
Wait.
auctions.
This is gonna be the Purple Wave.
Okay, we done Purple Wave so much, I ain't heard anything about any money we done got, if it did bid on Purple Wave. I mean, like, all the other stuff we done on Purple Wave, like, I think we did a fire truck, ambulance, and all that, but we ain't heard any money or whatever came back on Purple Wave. You know what I mean? Like, did people bid on it or what, or is
Oh,
still
yeah,
on
we
Purple?
sold it. The ambulance
Okay,
is
so
gone.
We
so
sold
we
it.
don't know nothing about that, that's what I understand.
You make a lot more off
No.
Purple Wave than
So
if
how
we
much
just
you get
had
from
the
the
auction.
ambulance?
I couldn't tell you. Laura, do you know?
On the ambulance, there is 32,000 for
Okay, so if
It
something's.
wouldn't have brought that with
Is
an
so-
auctioneer down there.
So from now on, if something's, this sells on Perfect Way, would you please put a paper in there to say how much it was sold, if you don't mind?
We can also list it under revenue on your financial report.
Well, I already had the paper.
But it's in there.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
I think, what we say, we need 4 more police cars to have the fleet up. 4 more. So we're hoping to put this towards 4 more.
New ones or just the one like that Facebook thing?
Yeah, we're not buying used. This is through the fleet, through Enterprise.
Oh, okay.
It's not gonna be trucks, it's gonna be
Thank God.
SUVs.
Yeah, I think so.
But you wanna have that police interceptor motor in it, and
That's good,
you know.
that's good.
Plus, take pride in
Yeah.
having our
what we got.
police department and it's looking good, so.
That's true.
Any discussion further?
So made.
I already have.
Oh, is it?
Oh, did
Already
we
had,
do that?
already had a
Oh,
motion.
you already
and
got
a
the motion?
second.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Larry made the motion and Jimmy seconded it.
that's right.
Slid it in there.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Item number 54, consider approval of transfer of sick leave to employee Bo Henson.
Lori, wanna talk on this? I don't know where she is.
It's outside that door, I think.
You wanna talk on it, Bob?
What are we
Bo,
talking
oh,
about?
Bo Henson.
Bo.
Oh, Bo has been off for, quite some time, on some medical issues that he's trying to work himself through. However, he has since being off, used all of his sick and his vacation. So,
not able to get a check unless we start getting some donations or something like that. So we're just asking if the employees would be
How many-
eligible to do that.
How many hours?
It's
40 hours max.
If nobody else got anything to say, I consider approval of transfer of sick leave to Bo Henson.
I'll second.
Have a motion, and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes, I still had a question on that, or I'm sorry, you done?
No, no.
Are you done
and
with everything?
Higginbottom.
Yes. Sorry.
Now I
So after, I mean, I guess this is getting into, so will it be on like short-term disability at some point in time? Because once you exhaust everything, there's a sequence to that, but I didn't.
He's been given the documentation to fill out for that, so ball's in his court in that regard.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Item number 55, unscheduled public appearances.
First, we have Alan Branch. He wants to talk about city agenda item 29.
Almost sounded like a borrowed glass ball was falling. Don't worry, they're not alcohol, it's coffee. I wanted to talk about 29 and about Scott Yandell. He is the only person that was on WIDA that was 100% transparent. The only one. He did a lot of digging on his own dime. He never asked for money for it. And I think we need to put him back on WIDA ASAP, like tonight, and just automatically approve him to be right back on it, right back in the same.
Can't do that, Alan.
Well, then next month, put it on the agenda and put him back on WIDA. And with that Chris Chandler, or John Chandler dude, I was here. I have it on video. I live streamed it, and he acted like a little schoolboy not getting in his way. He said, "I'm fed up with this. I'm taking my money and leaving." I would have said, "Okay, well, bye. Have a good day. See ya." And then moved on. I don't think we should have approved him to be back on, because it's like he's paying to play. And I don't think that's a good thing.
Okay.
And he's the only guy that did not pay to play, and the only one that we need to be 100% standing behind him. Thank you.
Let's see. Next is Tanya Sappington. Hers is over abatements, parks, and WIDA.
Yep. Okay, so, real quick before my phone dies, I just want to address something real quick about what he said about ISG. I've had open records request in for months over that.
Are you talking about the Sam's ID number? What did you say?
I would like to also tell you that that was a brand-new document that the county clerk got this morning at the county meeting about the UEI numbers, UIE numbers. It's a brand-new document that's been
Hold
put
on.
out, it's been a brand-new document that's been put out.
Hold on, that's not what you
today.
have on here to speak on.
Okay, well, I was just correcting a couple things. Let's just talk about the park then. Actually, let me talk about WIDA real quick. I was at that meeting. I've been at the WIDA meetings for almost a year. I was on the Bob committee. We were shut out. There were secret meetings between John Chandler, Philip Sullivan, Tony Lowe, and Dalton Self for months. The Bob committee was shut out. There was public people there. We were told, we don't want to hear what you have to say. This is what's happening. They put the contract together behind everybody's back. They had negotiations behind everybody's back. There were other people that applied for this job. I know of a very successful businessman who called Dalton Self himself because they asked me for the phone number and wanted on the WIDA board. No joy, okay? I've seen John Chandler threaten to take his money 4 times if he doesn't get his way. He has said several times in meeting that if Dalton doesn't calm the drama, he said several times in meeting that if Dalton does the calm the drama or fire city staff or make them change and do what they're supposed to do, that he's taking his money and walking. And that's exactly what he did, okay? He accused Scott Yandell of changing the contract that he's the only one that has had his fingers in, and that's the conflict of interest right there, people. The conflict of interest is that John Chandler had a part of making the junction contract.
He was in secret meetings over the junction contract. He is a 1/4 donor because you guys gave $50,000 in your manual warrant claims and didn't vote on it, but you gave $50,000. So he is not only a donor from his trust, 1/4 of that entity. Now you've put him on the WPWA board, and now he's part of 2 parts of that entity. That's 1/2 of the people signing this contract. Okay, Philip Sullivan had to abstain from voting on lawn care because his brother worked for the lawn care company. He abstained because that's a conflict of interest. There's a state law election, Oklahoma State Constitution, Mr. Hicks, Title 11, Section 8, 113 says that anybody sitting on a board cannot contract with the municipality. Sitting on the board is going to contract with the municipality. It does not say cannot profit from a contract. It says cannot contract with the municipality. So we don't know our law. We don't know it, okay? Abatement number 2. I want y'all to go back and look for the last year or 2 at what you've said is abatable, at what property taxes are owed, because this is what they're doing. They're abating property that do not have utilities hooked up. When they go up for sale for taxes, they're withdrawing cash from your bank. This is your bank. Taking it down to the treasurer and bidding on those properties that they have liens on and winning the bid. They're buying their lien back. They're buying those properties after they filed a lien on it. That seems like a problem with me. And you have to take cash to the treasurer. Did you guys let them take cash? I know you can't answer me, but any of y'all let them take cash? I don't think you did. Okay. Number 3, also the park bid amounts. We all know that I went out and got quotes for these people. There was no sealed bids. There was no advertising. I called around and got quotes for these people. And it was while the city ordinance was $3,500 or more. So I know they've broken the law. I know they have. Okay? I asked Mr. Hicks, why are we paying Infrastructure Solutions to do our bids on this pavilion? They wanted them to do our bids on everything else. They can't get a map right. They've right now got the Cherokee Nation bathroom inside setback lines, by the way. He told me I was just throwing a fit, but they are inside setback lines. He said, too bad. We have had several maps from Infrastructure Solutions in the past year been wrong. Said they've been wrong. They can't fix it. They can't fix it. Paying them what, $500,000? Put money in their pocket all the time because, as Mr. Hicks said, no one in the city knows how to do bids or contracts. We had to pay $5,000 for them to do our bids and contracts on the pavilion. You seen it? Anybody had it advertised? You seen it? Are they doing it? It's been done? No, because they don't want to help Lincoln. Excuse me. He'll work on all the other projects, but he's not working on these, and they haven't done it in the last year. He made promises. He didn't deliver. He fired me because of John Chandler.
I made promises?
You did.
I didn't make any promises.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to speak to me. Sorry, you're not allowed to speak to me.
This is my meeting, I can.
Oh, okay.
And your time is up.
Did you time me?
Next, we have Scott Yandell. Wants to speak on miscellaneous WPWA. Hey, don't move that. Stop.
I'm going to address the crowd, Dalton.
Don't turn that around.
Residents, I wanted to address you and just give you some feedback and transparency. I can tell you exactly what happened at WPWA. We have a number of people that joined WPWA that do not want to be transparent, do not want to do the right things, and really don't care about the residents, period. Raise your hand if you know that WPWA is in the mortgage business. Raise your hand if you know that WPWA is in the cannabis mortgage business. That's right, folks. We're holding paper on a no interest only loan to a black market cannabis dealer from California. The same group of people that Mr. Hicks sold land to. So, Dalton, I asked you, who approved that contract? And you told me, well, it wasn't Mr. Hicks. Well, I can tell you. I sent you the video. Did you watch it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I was able to extract the Zoom video conference where it was approved. So I had definitive proof that Tim was involved in it, Mr. Hicks was involved in it, Tony Lowe was involved in it, Pam was involved in it.
Which contract are you talking about?
I'm talking about DHS Mana.
Okay.
The black market cannabis grower that you guys committed to holding a mortgage for $140,000 plus $175,000 of in-kind gifts and electrical.
That was before I was elected. quite
Still
a,
your issue now.
quite a ways, which
Okay.
I'm
So
hoping
why have
that,
you turned your back on the
I'm
issue?
hoping the new WPWA board will take care of that.
Okay, hang on. I brought it up to you in April, and you didn't want to hear about it. I haven't heard from anybody in WPWA, haven't heard from you since that meeting. You sat cops right there to intimidate me. Well, it didn't work.
I
I'm
didn't
still
set
here, am I
any
not?
cops there. Didn't set any cops there.
Well, either you, Roger, or Tim did. So,
Roger and Tim wanted extra police protection that night. I spoke to both
you're
of them.
scared of me?
They requested it. I don't know why. Maybe you ought to talk to
Well, maybe
them.
you should have been at the meeting.
Sorry I had to work that night.
But you had to work that night, but you could call me and say, hey, I need you to be in my office at 11 a.m. And then call me at like 10:40 when I'm getting ready to head up there and say, I'm sorry, I can't meet with you. And then you call me that night and ask me if you resign.
Are you talking about the same day? Are you talking about that Monday?
Yeah, I'm talking about after the last WPWA meeting in April, yes.
Hold on. You just said I called you at 10:45. I'm supposed to meet you at 11?
You told me to be at your
You're
office
saying
at
the
11
next
a.m. I
day.
told Tanya and myself to be there at 11 a.m.
You need to calm down. You're not making sense. I'm trying to ask you.
Perfect sense.
No, you're not. Are you talking about Monday or the following day,
Oh, it would've been
Tuesday?
Tuesday morning.
Okay.
So
Don't know, man.
Was that urgent?
I got off that morning. I guess I was trying to meet with you. I don't know if something else came
You
up.
didn't try to meet, you canceled with me after you told me like a school kid, hey, be in my office like I did something wrong. Well, you know what, Dalton? I've done a lot of things. I've put a lot of positive spin on this town, and at the end of the day, there's been nothing but pushback, nothing from any cooperation from any city employee out here. It's been ridiculous, I have to tell you. So it's no secret why everybody quit. They didn't want to be transparent. They didn't want to work. They're lazy, and they haven't accomplished anything. And now you're going to put these same people, for the most part, back on this board that was unable to accomplish anything. I don't understand. I've had people come up and tell me, keep up the great work. You're doing great. You know, Alan's right. You can't buy me off. I'm 100% truthful, honest, and transparent. That's the way this city should be, and it's not. And I'm sorry, and that bothers me. And I'm sorry if that upsets you. I'm sorry if that upsets you. I see you grinning at me. You know, I'm pretty mad sitting up here. I put a lot of time and energy into this city just to basically be dumped on and used like a carpet. So I'm just going to say this as I leave. You know, the country's outraged about Joe Biden and his inability to lead the country. We have two Joe Bidens right here.
That's enough.
84 years old, 79.
That's enough.
Hell, I'm 87.
Hey! That is enough. My God. Marcia Yandell on WPWA, or I can't even make this out. What does it say?
I'm going to talk about fuel usage.
Fuel usage.
Yeah. So we finally got the fuel man records that you assisted with me obtaining, and I appreciate that. I just wanted to kind of talk to the council a little bit about myself, and a lot of the other residents are pretty upset that we have Mr. Elam here that drives an exorbitant amount of mileage, 28 miles one way, which adds up to about 56.8 miles a day, 284 miles a week, 4 gallons a day the residents pay for his gas to drive to and from work. So over the last 3 years, he put 50,518 miles that I could track back with the fuel man records, and given his mileage back and forth from work, he put 42,610 personal miles just driving to and from work. I feel like he makes enough money. He could pay for his own fuel, and I know that there's a lot of residents here that feel the same way. You know, we aren't drinking clean water. We've had bad water testing.
We are drinking clean water.
We're drinking clean water in here at our expense here in City Hall.
Tap water's fine. I've drank tap water my whole life. I'm the biggest self that ever lived.
So I heard that there was a bad DEQ test. I mean, that's
That was on our ponds.
okay.
That pond is to hold
about
the
the water
water.
tower?
Excuse me.
Okay.
You're talking about at the water plant.
Well,
That
I'm-
pond is to hold the water so we can treat it
Okay.
and send it back. That is budgeted to be fixed this year. It is holding bad water so it can be treated to go into the
About our
lake.
water towers that we went to the county to get money to
To
fix the
paint
water
them?
towers because they were degrading or whatever.
Have you
We're
not
back in 18.
seen the one at the football field? It needs to be painted.
No, I'm more worried about water quality coming to our residents,
That's what we went to the county about.
right?
To get the water tower painted.
Right?
Yeah.
So I guess my concern is that we have a very extremely high-paid employee here that we're paying for his gas. I don't want to pay for his gas. I don't think all of our residents want to pay for his gas. Why can he not pay his own gas like the rest of us do?
Because a long time ago, that was put in his contract. Long before, I don't know that any of us were.
We haven't been able to obtain a copy of that. We've had public records request out, open records request on that.
That's all I can tell you is to submit an open records
All I know,
request.
Dalton, is that whenever we wanted to get these records, you wanted to make a change. We dug in to try to.
I still want to make a change, Ms. Yandell. I'm the same person that stood up for the sign gate. I'm the same guy that stood up for Lincoln Park and the parks. The only difference is your husband and Tanya Sappington were madder than hell when city employees fought me when they told me no. But when I told them no, all hell came loose. I'm not going to be controlled. I have to do what's best for the city of Wagoner, and I will continue to do it.
I hope you do, Dalton, but I think that we're not seeing.
Well, I'm sure you do think that way.
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Last speaker left. That is all.
Item number 56, departmental reports.
Brandy Moore?
Good evening. I come to you all in lieu of Jimmy this evening for the Wagoner Health Community Hospital report. Of note, in our key operating indicators, our surgical and OR cases were up 10%. We've had a lot of key initiatives that the hospital has been trying to implement for the community and for the hospital for a long time. That goes to my predecessors before I was CNO as well as myself, but there were a bunch of them that we've been trying to check off for a long time. And within the month of May, we were able to check the box on all of those, which is good for the Wagoner community. Swing bed certification, if you're not familiar with swing bed, it's kind of like skilled nursing. So that allows us to keep Wagoner residents in our community versus shipping them to Tulsa. So prior to my duties as CNO, I was a case manager. I cannot tell you how important that is for our community because our elderly community, our community that does not have enough resources to drive every day to Tulsa, because at the Tulsa hospitals, they're not going to give you a free lunch. They're not going to care about your families. They are not going to give you a bed to sleep in. And this swing bed certification that we worked on allows us to keep those patients within our hospital for up to 20 days and give them the skilled services that they need. So that includes physical therapy, occupational therapy, IV antibiotics. It's been a long, hard fight, and we're very happy to offer that now versus shipping all those people out where, you know, an 80-year-old husband is now driving into the Metroplex of Tulsa to try to go visit his wife every day. So we're very proud of that. In addition to that, some of the services that we're able to offer are acute dialysis, inpatient dialysis. We're one of the few hospitals in the state that can offer that in addition to the swing bed certification. So we feel like beyond the Wagoner, Muskogee, and kind of regional catchment, we're going to receive a lot of patients who need those services. Something that is not on your bullet point list is rural health certification. Rural health allows us to, if you're familiar with Dr. David Good within the community, that specific clinic for him and Taylor Russell is a higher designation of patient care. So you give regular patient care. To obtain this certification, you have to give exemplary care. So we were also able to obtain our certification for that within the month of May, which has been a long-standing goal for the hospital. The last bullet point is expanding services to include cardiac drip therapy. I've talked here before about our PCU. PCU is a progressive care unit. So we are not offering ICU care. We're not going to catheterize. If someone has a heart attack and they have a blockage, we're not going to offer those services. But to offer someone who is diabetic, whose sugars are too high or way too low, we can correct those now with a lot of the education and physician services that we have within 24 to 48 hours. Some of the discussions that Jim and I were having while waiting on my turn to talk is that keeps your EMS in this community servicing our local residents, whereas before they were out, the wait times at those Tulsa hospitals are long. So these are all things that help us, not just as a hospital, but interdepartmentally help service the residents of Wagoner. So those are the things that we would like to present today. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to entertain them.
Any questions?
I think that's fantastic.
Thank you, Ms. Moore.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
absolutely. Happy to serve. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Go ahead with the city.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start off by giving out special thanks to Councilman Woman Leonard for keeping us updated on the signs as you come across. It makes a big, tremendous impact and help for our street department, so I want to give you a special thanks for that conversation nonetheless. I try to highlight one department, and I'll try to keep this short tonight since it's already been a long night, but highlight a little bit about some of the stuff that the street department's doing. There's been a lot of patching that's going on in the street with the crews busy with various things. This last month, June alone, the crew put down 15 ton of Class C asphalt and repairs, and another 14 ton in repairs where there was water and sewer line replacements or new extensions from that standpoint. In addition to those conversations, just down the road here on Church Street, they've been replacing some stormwater drains and continuing to do that throughout the city. So there's a big push and a big movement trying to get some upgrades in the storm sewer and runoff stuff, and those guys are busting their rears out there making all these different repairs with a limited crew that they have, and I think it's I'd like to give them a round of applause for as good a job as they do. And with that, I'll kind of wrap it up so we can keep it short tonight. I'd be happy to entertain any questions you may have within the other departments.
Did Larry Neely retire yet?
No, he's still working for us.
Why, are you asking because he's been gone?
Yeah. He's not feeling well.
Wife is having an issue.
Oh.
Yeah, it's some medical.
I talked to him the other day though, and he acted like she was getting better.
Good.
If nothing else, thank you.
Say something. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You asked about Larry Neely. We did just want to give kudos where they are due. Dwayne and I both talked with a customer who had contact with Karen Lane and Mr. Neely, both in reference to a grave site they were looking for that was an older one. They were very, very complimentary about both of them, the excellent job they did, and they wanted to pass that on. So we need to give credit where credit is due, and those folks did a good job, went above and beyond to help those folks, so.
Yes, and Ronna Hess is absolutely correct, and I apologize to both of those individuals for getting that tonight, but I had a personal phone call with them. They wanted to make sure that they was recognized for going above and beyond, even after hours of staying late and doing stuff, so with the cemetery, trying to find their family members. So, thank you, Rhonda, for reminding me.
No problem. Item number 57, adjournment.
So made.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Sampson.
Sampson.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Okay.
Like to call the Wagoner Public Works regular business meeting July 1st at 9:07.
Item number 1, consider approval of minutes June 3rd and 6th, 2024.
So made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Leonard,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Item number 2, consider approval or denial of claims for June 2024 to include WPWA to include numbers 213 to 230, which are manual warrants, WPWA capital projects numbers 51 through 54.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion.
So many.
Second.
Have a motion second. Please call the roll.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Item number 3 is the chairman's report.
There's none.
Item number 4, consider donation of sick leave to employee Bo Henson.
So many.
Second.
Have a motion second. Please call the roll.
Wright,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Item number 5, consider entering into a lease agreement with Sumner One for a Kyocera TA 405 CA copier for the WPWA utility office or take other action.
Discussion.
So many.
Second.
Have a motion second. Please call the roll.
Leonard,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Item number 6, consider purchasing workers' compensation insurance for WPWA employees or take other action.
So many.
Second.
Have a motion second. Please call the roll.
Butler,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Sampson,
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Item number 7, consider approval of an interlocal agreement with Wagoner County and the City of Wagoner / Wagoner Public Works Authority for the purpose of enabling cooperation and combining existing resources for the 2024 Maple Park Tower Improvement Project or take other action. The agreement provides the county will reimburse the city / Public Works from available American Rescue Plan Act funds not to exceed $343,000 for engineering and construction services for the project.
So this is the, okay.
Yes.
This is the same thing, just has to be on both, yes. Have a motion second. Please
Okay,
call the roll.
Sorry, who, I did not.
Patrick made a motion, Larry second.
Okay, thank you. I think I was still reading. Abernathy,
Yes.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Item number 8, consideration to accept the bid and enter into a contract with McGuire Iron Incorporated in the amount of $235,000 for the 2024 Maple Park Tower Improvements Project or take other action.
So
The
moved.
bid
Sorry.
of O&A Coatings and Painting Corporation, the apparent lowest bidder is not accepted on the advice of the project engineer, Infrastructure Solutions Group LLC, because O&A Coatings and Painting Corporation was not registered with SAM.gov and did not have a unique identity ID as required by the bid documents.
So many.
Second.
Have a motion second. Please call the roll.
Sampson,
Yes.
Wagoner,
Yes.
Wright,
No.
Higginbottom,
Yes.
Abernathy,
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Did I not call you, did I call you twice? Sorry. Leonard.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm tired of reading. Item number 9, consider accepting a bid and entering into a contract with Tulsa Asphalt LLC for the purchase of cold patch asphalt at $115 per ton or take other action.
So made.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Item number 10, consider accepting a bid and entering into a contract with Pryor Asphalt Incorporated for the purchase of Class C hot lay at $67 per ton, or take other action.
So many.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Wright.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Butler.
Yes.
Item number 11, consider accepting a bid and entering into a contract with Green Country Wildlife Specialists for pest control for 17 city properties at $730 per quarter, or take other action.
So many.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Item number 12 is unscheduled public appearances.
There were none.
Item number 13 is departmental reports.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen of the board, I'll try to be quick as well tonight in highlighting electric. I believe last month we had talked about some of the upgrades being done at Substation 1 with the work complete. I had misquoted with that. We have the upgrades almost complete. We do have some parts that are back ordered and waiting on those. Those components will help automatically monitor and make changes to the various operations on the grid with that substation, which will help monitor and keep us at a better power factor throughout the electric grid as well from that standpoint. I did talk earlier on the city side about a FEMA APPA conference that was put on by the American Public Power Association in response to disaster storm response, giving the Claremore recent disaster a lot of valuable information that was learned. Myself, Eric Jones, Laura Duval went as well, and that with participation of about 100 different other entities and municipalities throughout the state and beyond, from Kansas Municipal Utilities Authority to Arkansas cities, municipalities such as Siloam Springs attended. But we will be changing our protocol up when we have major storm disasters. I think we have the ability to learn something new. We always have the ability to learn something new, and we're going to change some of our protocol, which we benefit by speeding up the availability of electric to be reconnected as we deal with the storms, outages, limbs, and all of that nature. So it was a worthwhile conference, and glad we attended it. With that, I do want to make one final note. We just had the previous 3 items on the agenda. This goes for the city side as well. We did have no bids on sand, crusher run, or rock. There was no bids that was turned in when we opened those bids for all the other materials. Therefore, we are having to go back out for bid. So I anticipate this next month meeting, there will be some bids to accept into the council and the board as well for our yearly materials purchase. With that, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Item number 14 is adjournment.
So many.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Please call the roll.
Butler.
Yes.
Wagoner.
Yes.
Leonard.
Yes.
Higginbottom.
Yes.
Abernathy.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Sampson.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned at 9:16.
She was cleaning house.
Man, I was tired. I don't know how to.
It sounds like it is.
You'll have to stay home tomorrow.
There's no rodents.
Rodents.
I thought it was fun. I just realized a long meeting. I got excited.
Never carry them home. Like that, like before, 50 times.
I'm scared.
Checking out.
I've done something to my hip.
get that checked out.
It's just not, it's not right. I couldn't even hardly walk there Saturday because.
But also,
when I
you
know,
don't get the right documentation.
you're worse than my wife.
Oh, yeah, I tell you what.
The way that I see.
I had that
So
collapse.
I understand this area is very important, so it's not, and I know, being honest, I know you're bringing this to me to say, well, guilt trip, because look, for the employees, which I totally understand that doesn't change the fact that there's things in there that's not been put in there right by for some employees. So at the end of the day, I understand what you're saying, you guys need to be paid, these things matter.
Yes.
But it does not negate the things that have been put in here.
Other things.
He can't hear.
They can get you fixed up.
But then, well,
Like Kim today. I went back to work today.